Hey guys, sorry. I was super concentrating on um the stupid Instagram thing. I had it figured out last time, and this time it was like, yeah, I think that no. I think that I'm just gonna screw you right over. So because that's what Instagram likes to do. So I am here. I am trying to get Instagram started, so that is frustrating. I don't know what the problem was. Who knows? So I can't see y'all at the moment, like your comments. So hang tight. I'm not ignoring you. I promise. There we go. It's so complicated. Instagram cannot possibly be like anybody else. They have to be different. And it's still not letting me go live. There it finally is. Okay. I need to move that over here so I can see. Any comments? All right, guys. Sorry. I know this is an issue. Take it up with, Meta and all of their amazing irritations. All right. Where are we at? Okay. Hi, Ro. Hi, Amber. Hi, Lori. I love the intro. Thanks. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Carol. Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah. Everyone liked the live. Lori, did you go live last night? I couldn't find you. Hi, Lisa. Okay. So I think I've said hi to everyone. All right. So tonight I need y'all's help. Okay. Let's see. I do have someone. Mayberry 1990 joined on Instagram. Hello. Tonight I need y'all's help. So this is the second vintage only journal that I did, and I finished it up in the last video. But what I haven't done is the cover. So let's talk about my idea. First of all, these are going to be my stems. Let me know if I need to zoom in. If I need to zoom in, just tell me and I'll zoom in a bit. Smash that like button. Smash it. Now, these are the items that I have. So these are book pages. Okay, actually vintage dictionary that I want to be the stems of the flowers. These were clip-on earrings. I already took the clip off so they would lay flat. I have yellow. Now I haven't taken that off. I didn't know if we were going to need 2 yellow or 1 yellow, because what my goal is to make like a bouquet of flowers, right? So I do have another yellow. I found this really fun blue. Now, mind you, this is all vintage, right? Yes, zoom. Okay, let me zoom. There, is that better? So I found this really cool, very old button cover. So this would come out. This is what locked it into place. And then you would open this, or you would slide the button in that way, one or the other. Some of them opened, some of them didn't. But you would slide it onto the button, and then you would lock it into place again. And that was a button cover. So if you had, a boring old button, you could use a button cover. Anyway, I thought that was really cool. It is a flower. I do have these cloth buttons. I decided to pick the purple because there's little purple ones in this earring. And there's also some blue. That's why I pulled the blue one. And then I thought on these, I do have some little flower, these were, what are those called? Shank buttons, and I already cut the shank off. I don't know why that pearl's floating around in there. It's from some other project. And I thought, okay, I could just glue, you know, these onto the fabric buttons to give it a little pop, pizzazz. Okay, so these are the options I have. And I have a bunch of other stuff I could use, but I want to stick with these. I am not a flower arranger person. What are those called? A florist. I am not a florist. A flower arranger. That is the new official name for florists, just so you know. I don't know how many of these I actually want to use and how I want them to look. So before we worry about the stems, I can do the stems later. I need to work on placement. Now I know there can be gaps. I just don't know, honestly, if that one fits into this whole motif or not. I know we shouldn't do like 4. It should always be an odd number. So maybe I put that one up at the top and bring this down. See, I don't know, because the stems are going to, and they're not going to be this long. Obviously, I'm going to cut them, right? And the stems are going to come down from the flowers, and then I'm going to get ribbon and tie the stems together, and then it's all going to get glued down. And that is what is going to be the cover. I love the minty or blue one. Thanks. Hi, Ange. Hi, Allie. Hi, Kim. So my question is, does this look okay? Do I need to pull this one in up here maybe and do another yellow one? I don't know where it would go because I don't want them touching. I know that sounds ridiculous. I am ridiculous. I could do another yellow one over here. Somebody who is a florist. I need a florist. I need a florist to weigh in, please. Because I don't know. This is why it's like, you know what? I'm doing this on live. Because I don't know what I'm doing. And then I can do like a sentiment or something up here in the corner if I need to like have it directional, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to see what I think you need a few more. I think 5 max. Okay, so I like these 4. So the blue one may just be odd man out. So maybe I don't use him. Maybe I do like that. Maybe we just get that one out of the middle. Let's do this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take this off in case I decide to use it. That way it's already like done. This is the hardest part for me because this is not my natural wheelhouse. Like I'm not a florist, and I say 1,000 times all the time, I'm also not a seamstress. So, you know, I do have limits. Okay, so what about like that? I know that's more than 5. I know the purple ones are together, but I think that's just the way it's going to have to be. Okay, what about something like this? What does that look like? You need something behind the grouping. A doily. Oh, a doily would look not. Oh, okay. That drawer got in my way. Okay, guys. I don't know. I have to get up and search for these things. So just give me a minute. Okay, I have a very simple one. Okay, I am going to commit because I can't keep dealing with these purple and white things. I'm going to glue those on real quick. And if I don't use it for this, I'll use it for something else. Okay, so I have this doily. And we can start. And then I'm going to glue those. And yeah. When I say this is a challenge for me, but you know, I have it in my mind, but I can't quite get it pulled together, if that makes sense. I can put you back up. Now, if this doily is not the one, that's okay. I really just want to glue these on so I stop fooling with them and they become one piece. And the two multicolored ones in the center because they are bigger. All right, Lisa. Lisa's my florist here. And I am so appreciative. All right, you are now one. And one. One piece. But not attached to me. There we go. Okay, now that little bit is taken care of, are we good with this doily or do I need to look for another one? Okay, so put these in the center, a yellow. It is easier with these glued together. And maybe a purple and a purple. I don't like that one is too low. Okay, what do y'all think about that? For some reason, I'm thinking these yellow ones are too tall, but maybe that's okay. But I think it's, I don't know. But see, I don't like that back there. How about like that? Okay. Oh my goodness, so many people on IG. Hi, Diona and Mayberry. Hi, Lori. Sparkling Angel, love that. Hi, Amber. Look at all y'all. That looks good. Thank you. All right, so are we good with this? And then I'm going to come down with the stems. So I'm going to kind of do that. Now, these are too long. I'm just going to kind of cut them in half. I can make more. Obviously, I'm going to need to make more because I was going to show you how I did that anyway. And y'all are going to laugh and laugh and laugh. Anyway, y'all are going to laugh at how I did these. Because remember, I want to tie them with a ribbon. So we're going to have a ribbon here. So I feel like this needs to kind of go up up in there like that, right? And then we'll have one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, and I need to make one more. I feel that the yellow clashes. A doily that is more lacy. Multicolor ones on a diagonal. Oh, good gravy. Okay. A more lacy doily. Should I just go with the paper doily? Let's see. See, this is why I wanted to do this live, because I knew that my people would have all the answers. Because I tried, I was like playing around with it, and I was like, no. This is too stressful. I think these are all hearts. We don't want a pink one. Do we want a pink one? Oh, that's red. Well, I guess it would help if I knew my colors. That's too matchy. Okay, those are a no. Those are a no. No. Man, I have too many heart doilies. And those are so big. Where's all my little ones? See, I think... All right, so I have that one. No, don't blow away my stupid bands. And then I have these. All right, let's see. Let's see what I got. Okay, what is everybody else's feelings on the yellow? I just picked up the yellow because of that. All right. I feel like this is going to be too small, but I may be wrong. Okay. Off with ye. Let's go down there. So I have that one. And I don't have to have that many buttons either, honestly. Kind of overlap it a little bit. Y'all know I'm concentrating when I get super quiet. Like, I cannot talk and hold my tongue straight. I'm probably going to do more of those because now I think I need them longer. But what do we think about that? Now you figure out what ribbon. Okay, you're getting warmer. Thanks, Kim. I like the yellow, but I feel there's too much yellow. Okay. Without the yellow, you're getting warmer. Yeah, bring the blue one back. It will look great. Bring the blue one on the right side. On this side, right here. Like that. So I'm going to leave that and give y'all time to answer the question. And I'm going to look for the lace that I want to use. I thought I knew what lace I wanted to use, but we'll have to play with that too. Okay, much better. Bingo. Yep. Pretty. Yes. Okay, so this is the way that it needs to be. Okay, Perfect. And we're good on the doily. All right. So I got to make another one of these stems. So let me show you how I did the stem. Okay. This is a shish kebab skewer from my kitchen. And a glue stick. Okay. And less fans. I recommend not having to have 7,000 fans going on in your house. So this is the part that's going to go down. So I'm going to take this glue stick on the tip. And we are just going to roll it. No, roll. Okay, I'm going to have to bring this close to me, guys, because when I have, you know, a wind tunnel going on in here. There we go. And we're just rolling. Okay, why aren't you rolling tight? I was complaining about my fan to my husband, you know, about how it moves every freaking thing. And he's like, well, y'all, he said the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Well, why don't you just craft without your fan? Okay. I think my husband is having some memory issues and does not remember who he is married to. Craft without, do anything. I can't sleep without my fan. I can't travel without my fans. Like, craft without my fan. Like some kind of lunatic. See, that's the thing. Men do not even understand the heat that is menopause. Right? Okay. That one didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but you know what? Care don't. Kenny, what are you thinking? Exactly. Right? Like, it's the craziest nonsense I've ever heard in my life without a fan. Okay. I know. I swear, like I did a video today that's going to come out tomorrow. And I was just like, okay, I had to like talk to my staff. I'm like, y'all are embarrassing me. I am on camera. People are watching. Can you please get your ish together? Okay, so next question is, should I get ink and dye these like with green, like for the stems, or should I just leave them just like they are? So that is the next question. Let me put this back into focus. I just know this one kind of needs to go right there. And then I will leave them. My mom said it's like your body trying to get, it is exactly what it is. You don't need another color. Okay, I agree. I was just checking with my peeps. Okay, now we're going to have to do this very methodically. Because I need, should I bring it down? I think I should bring it down a bit, like that. Okay, I do like that better. All right, so that's good. All right, Glenda, the blue one, I'm going to glue first. I'm not even waiting for her to get. That's true, Ange. I absolutely could add leaves. Who else has joined over here? Thank y'all for joining me on Instagram. Y'all just happen to catch like a video where I am in desperate need of other people's help. Okay, so funny joke while I'm doing this. Well, I guess they're all going to get glued to the doily, and if the doily doesn't stick, then I will have to glue that down. But we are crossing one bridge at a time here, people. So there was this TikTok reel, whatever you want to call it, and it said the 3 hardest things that a person could say. You know, I was wrong, I need help, and sauce. That made me laugh so freaking hard. Oh my gosh, it is so true. It's who's your sister sauce. But it started out like it was very, emotional music, and like you're really going to get into the 3 hardest things for someone to say. It was really funny. Glue the doily first. Well, I kind of already started this way. So I'm afraid if I glue the doily first, then these items will move. If I glue them to the doily, then I can move the whole thing if I need to. All right. Let me get you, because you are going to tuck up underneath here. Okay. And then this one is going to kind of overlap. Dang, I should have put that a little bit closer. I may peel it off and do that. And get you up in there, up in there, up in there. All right. Kind of with those little things overlapping. And this blue one, I am absolutely not happy with its placement. Oh, but you know what, though? When I add the stems, it won't be too terribly bad, right? Okay, so I'm thinking for the stems, I guess I'm going to have to glue them and then, because this one's obnoxious. So I want that one to go there. All right, I guess it's time to do the doily, huh? That way it doesn't keep moving. All right, we good with it right there? Wash your sister sauce. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue the little points. Where's my thingy? You know, that special thingy. Okay, I don't. Oh my gosh, I knew it. I knew it was 2 of them. Heard someone say, don't use your nails as tools. And I'm like, well, that's just what they turn into. Now, this is going to get covered up with this doily, so I'm not too stressed about it, but I don't like the lump that's there. All right, if playing with knives and stuff bothers y'all, don't watch me. I'm the world's worst. All right, Glenda did a dang good job. There we go. All right, that's just going to have to be good enough. Okay, so, because once I put this down, we're not going to be able to see it. But now I have to make sure that is covered. Okay, is that good? No, I feel like it was a little more like that. Yes? I think so. Are we in agreement? Be careful. Tinder, yeah, I know. I remember that with that crazy thing. Okay. This is where it's going. So I hope y'all are in agreement. And if you're not, well, love you anyway. Okay. Now that is good and glued down. Perfect. All right. Now the next thing I need to do is go ahead and glue these, but I'm going to put them, what I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Put that up there. Now, before I stick them, okay, you need to go that way. Lace. So I have this pink lace, but I don't like it. That's too wide. Because I want something to contrast this color. You know what? I don't think I have, out of all the freaking lace and ribbon and everything I have, I never have what I need. Does anybody else have this problem? Okay, I'm thinking purple would pop. Pick up that little bit, right? Right? Okay, so we're gonna try some out. We're gonna set some right there. I have that. I know this is like off the beaten path, but I also have like this that I could use to tie it. So we'll just think about that. I'm looking at all the stuff that's not put away properly to see if I can find anything. I don't like any of those. No. And I have a bunch of twine and stuff, but I was really wanting to go with color. Purple lace, blue stem needs to be angled. Okay. I can definitely. And I'm going to switch this one out for a shorter one. Is that better? Okay, we have, do I have any yellow? I don't have yellow. I have this, and that is a no. The only yellow I have is Rick Rack, and that's a no. I do have this. It's kind of wide, but let me see. I mean, I could cut it and make it thinner. So that is an option. So this, nobody has said this. I have yellow that I can cut. I don't like the sequence, so we're not doing that. And I need it thinner, so I can cut it and make it thinner, I have the purple. And so I guess this is a no, because no one's even acting like it's there. It's like, yeah, we're not going to talk about that. All right, so yellow or purple? Sorry, I had to get a drink. I have one vote for purple. Planning with Monica. Hello. All right, I have 2 purples. Okay, there is more than that many watching. Come on now. I like the yellow. All right, 2 purples and a yellow, 3 purples and a yellow. Anybody else have a yellow? Oh, we go with another yellow. Can you do both as purple complement each other? Yellow. Okay, you know what? I like that person's. I can at least try. So let's see. I'm going to cut this. Okay, I'm going to scooch this out of the way. I'm going to put her back up on her charger. I don't know what kind of glue sticks I got. I don't like them. I think I got the cheapy ones. I will say when I used the Gorilla Glue sticks, they weren't as stringy. So I think I'm going to have to go back and get me some Gorilla Glue sticks. Okay, excuse me. All right, I am going to cut this lace basically in half. I don't want the sequin. Okay, now this can go back over there. Okay, and let's do as much purple. See, I love it when people just say something different or outside the box, because that gets my creative juices flowing. I'm like, why can't we do pink and purple? Except I'm not doing pink, I'm doing yellow. Oh, good gravy. I should glue them because they're just going to keep moving if I don't. Ugh. Okay. Now this is basically paper to paper. I'm going to use this glue. It is a little bit better than art glitter glue as far as like sturdiness. And so this is kind of between paper and other stuff. So I'm going to use this. This is the glue that I found at Hobby Lobby, and I've used it several times. Now, if you have watched me for any length of time, you know how I feel about wet glue. And this is wet glue, but I actually do like it. I know. It's heart-stopping. The only thing I don't like is the applicator, the tip. The tip needs some work. It's too big. So when I'm trying to do like little things like this, it wants to just like pour out. Where are you? Okay. You stay. You know what? We know what's gonna freaking work. Come on, Glenda. I just can't. It still moves too much, and when I stick it, I want it to stay. Hence the reason I'm not a ginormous fan of wet glue. Fold the yellow. I love them both. Both. So I'm going to glue these down, and then they'll be stuck, so I'll be able to like play with the ribbon a little more. Okay. See? Boom. Done. Because they're going to be drawn together anyway with the ribbon. I'm not going to stress over that. Okay. Now, Lord, I hope so this is just the purple. It's like Stephanie learning to tie her shoes on camera. Oh, I actually do have a trick to this. It's because I'm special. Okay. Now, or let's see. Maybe I do the yellow. As a bow. How about if you turn it the right way? Is it the right way? Oh, because you need it. There we go. Now you've got it. Okay. We can do this. With a bow. Oh, this is how I can tie a bow and it lay the right way. If I tie it towards me, like if I have to flip it upside down and tie it, and then it will lay the right way. Now watch it not work because, you know, I'm filming and my craft supplies are against me at all times. It's almost like I can hear the little minion laugh. All right, so I have this bow. But see how now it falls exactly the way I need it to? I have to tie it upside down. Don't ask me why. I have no clue. I'm sure there's some kind of scientific something. And then I was thinking that this instead of doing a bow, we'll just do another little like knot type thing. And then just let it kind of hang. And let's put these up against each other. Okay, fine. Be a butt. What do you think? Okay. I'm not quite thrilled with how these are kind of being wonky, but I'm going to let it go for now. And maybe I pull this down a bit, not have it so high. And then that won't bother me. Yeah. It's just that one that's just like, okay, maybe I like that better. So what do we think about that? Are we good with how that looks? I think actual stems work out. I think it looks good. Okay, I like it. That is a cool cover. Doesn't need anything else. Do we need like a label here? Do we need anything else, or just leave it just like it is? Hi, Nessa Plans It. I'm trying to remember to say hi to everybody over on Instagram too. Please leave comments. I love comments. I love feedback. That's why I do lives, is for the feedback, for y'all tell me how to live my life and how to make things pretty. Hi, Candy. Planning place. Leave it. Okay, leave it. That's what I think too. I think it is gorgeous just the way that it is. I am so pleased. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. What if you put the yellow down and add the purple inside, then make a bow? I mean, maybe, but now you're just talking complicated. And so for those joining on Instagram, this is Steph's Design Space Junk Journaler, and this was a vintage only junk journal, and we just did the cover out of vintage clip-on earrings, a button cover, vintage buttons, and some dictionary pages for the stems, and some lace just to make it look pretty. Oh man, that was fun. So this journal is finished. I think I have added some stuff since the video. I kind of played with it the other night when I was on with Patreon Zoom. So let's do a quick flip through of this one so we can kind of see what it looks like. Oh, because I added this, right? I'm going to zoom out just a hair so we can see the whole book. I know I said just a hair and it was like, ooh. Okay, so I added this. I thought this was so fun. Like, that is a blueprint from a really old magazine. And how cool is it? Like, I just found a family picture. And I put a date on there, and it's like, this is their house. Anyway, y'all know me. I like to create stories when I do my junk journals. I added like little pieces to, I like a lot of journaling space. So I just added a few pieces to these pages. This is a doily I made out of wallpaper, a little tag. This is a belly band. This is a receipt for the St. Louis Expo. And I glued it on a piece of cardstock and made it a tag. So anybody who wants to know what to do with receipts that are fragile, just glue them on cardstock and make them into something. And then I just put a belly band on the Braille paper. And then this is just a little thing, because you can't really write on Braille paper because of all the bumps. So I just took some scraps and made some little decorations. A pocket I just cut a doily in half and made the little pocket. This is a belly band, and that is a journal card. Little cluster. I made a bunch of little clusters, did that. This was on the back of wallpaper. So this is a piece of wallpaper. You can't really journal on this because it was with writing. So I took another cut out of wallpaper and put it on top. Obviously, this is lined paper. We have a little pocket, a little cluster. That was an advertisement. That is a journal card. And this is the center. You can color these or leave them black and white. What are the comments? Oh, thanks, Ange. Yeah, it was fun doing this is like scraps of wallpaper, and then I cut out numbers of a bingo card and just put those on the cluster, a vintage card. And this is an advertisement. I just glued it on paper, made it a journal card, more wallpaper, made a belly band. I took wallpaper scrap, folded it in half, and we have journaling space. This was one of those carbon credit card check things. So this was the top and this is the carbon part. So I took it apart, glued it, made it a pretty tag, and I took this and made it a wraparound pocket. Another advertisement, that is a journal card. Just lots of journaling space. Belly band, no, a pocket. Sorry, I made that a pocket. An advertisement with buttons for the top of the tag. I will glue you later. Now this is a pocket because it was an envelope, so y'all could put something in there. I didn't decorate this. I also like to leave it for the customers to be able to add their own flair, you know, to the journals. So you'll see that there, I don't decorate every single page, every little thing. I like to leave a lot of space. This is also a wraparound tuck, and it's a tuck because I didn't glue the side down. I had some large pieces that I wanted to be able to tuck in. Oh, excuse me. This right here is vintage piano paper. So it is really flimsy. I backed it onto another sheet of vintage paper. A little journal card, just a little cluster. That butterfly is from wallpaper. This will cut out. We just have some journaling space, and that's the end of one signature. Here is the start of the second signature. We have, you know, more of that music paper, just a little cluster on this side, belly band from wallpaper, an advertisement from one of my vintage magazines. Again, nothing, y'all can do whatever you want. I was going to make this a pocket, and I was like, you know what? It's a fun little flip out, so you can journal as something secret, you know, fold it, what have you. I don't know. I just didn't make it a pocket. This one is a little pocket with an advertisement with a little button on the top. That's empty. Another little tuck. I did the wraparound tuck. This is just a bingo card. That is wallpaper, flower, and a vintage button. I just took some ledger paper, glued it on the back. You can still see the bingo card through it, but you can definitely, you know, journal on that. Piece of wallpaper on top of wallpaper. I know, aren't I clever? That's the center. This is like a little tuck spot from wallpaper. Are you selling your journals? Yes, I will. I just need to do like videos and get them up on the website because I have a bunch of finished journals, but I haven't taken the time to put them on the website. This one is just an advertisement I glued on there. This probably is one of my favorite pieces, this little butterfly tuck. This I cut out from a piece of wallpaper. So it was like this whole thing, you know, I intricately cut it out, just glued the side and the bottom, and I made it a tuck. The thing I put in there, this is the inside of a birthday card. Oh no, it's a sympathy card. But you could still journal on it if you wanted to, cover it up. I don't know why I like the way it looked. It just did, and I put it in there. This is a microfiche and a vintage button and a vintage key on vintage lace. And then you just flip it up and you can journal. I realize it's not directionally correct, and we're okay with that. This was also one of my favorites. So this was cut out from wallpaper, and I thought, you know, this would be a fun double tuck. So these are two different pieces. It was from two different wallpaper sheets. But how fun is that? Like I could tuck here and back here and, you know, everywhere. Tuck everywhere. This was made with one of those watchmaker tabs. Oh, excuse me. If you know, you know. I yawn all the time. It is just the way that I am. This I just left open so you could put bigger stuff in it or have it stick out. That is the Sears and Roebuck catalog advertisement. This is a pocket, and this is another one of those watchmaker dividers that I just decorated, and you have that. And then lace, braille paper, just a little cluster, another little cluster, there a cluster, here a cluster, everywhere a cluster, cluster. And then we have the back. This I made, this is all vintage. It's a step tag. And the way that I have it up there is with one of the buttons on a paper clip. So I just kind of tucked it up under and it holds it perfectly fine and it gives it like some beauty. Same thing here. It's how this stays closed. So all of this was made with vintage items. So you open it up, tons of writing space. This is just a card that you can journal on. Tag you can journal on. If you can get it back in there. There we go. And then this is another one of those tags I made using the blue part of the credit card, whatchamacallit, and then that is part of the advertisement. So, and then I just took this, and the button goes down. I have to look at it to do it. It kind of gets funky. There we go. And you can slide the button up or down, you know, wherever you want it. And that's a cool way to keep it closed. And then that just tucks up underneath there. And that is that. And the spine is some vintage ribbon that I found. So that's the spine. And then we just did the cover. And so this one is done. I need those tab cards. They look great. They are a lot of fun. I don't know where she found them. I had some friend of mine sent them to me. Deborah. Oh, excuse me. So I am just loving the way this is looking. So this is the second one. I didn't realize how much I was going to be creating for vintage only. So I ended up with two very different journals. This was the first one, and it filled up pretty quick, like within the first 2 weeks of the challenge. So if you don't know, I did a month-long challenge in April where I used nothing but vintage items, with the exception of things that I couldn't, like glue, scissors. Not every piece of ribbon and lace is vintage, but I tried really hard to stay with vintage only. So this is the first one. So we used a vintage photo and frame. This is from a 1915, 1916 calendar, and then just old book pages, anniversary cards. All of these were vintage. This is a vintage postcard. This is one of my favorite things. So I get a lot of questions. How do you use postcards in your journals? Especially the really cool ones that are old and written on, and you don't want to cover that up. So I make them into booklets. I actually have a video on how I did that. So I put that one in there. But you could do either side, you know, whatever makes you happy. Just all kinds of stuff. This is from, you know, a notebook, a vintage notebook. This is a tuck spot. All of that is vintage. And this is book pages, little pockets. This is a vintage check. That wasn't so much, but that was before I decided to do the only vintage, so it is what it is. This is a photo frame. So that is journaling space, and this is a pocket. I used card catalog cards on top of what, like Rolodex separator, ABC card. What are those called? Dividers. Good gravy. Decorated that all up, put it in here. And then on the other side of this picture frame, I just put a really pretty picture. That's from a vintage birthday card. Put a book, and then that is journaling space right there. Another one of those card catalog journal cards. This was fun. This was a hidden paper clip using flashcards. So there is a whole video on that as well. So if you just go to the April Authentic Vintage playlist, all of these are in there. Another one of those dividers from a Rolodex that I turned into like a journal card. This was fun. I wanted to keep this as my center. It was an actual blueprint from like the early 1900s. Another tuck spot with a flip out journal spot. Yeah, I need some coffee. I keep want to say bingo cards, flashcards. This was fun too. So this is like just a negative that I just put on a vintage tag and lace. It's just cool. Like, just put stuff together. You never know what you're going to come up with, right? A Victorian calling card, and then another one of those. Oh no, that is a that I made it a pocket. So that's a pocket, and there's a pocket on the front. I was like, I'm trying to pull that out of a pocket, and it's not even in a pocket. Anybody else do that? Forget what you've made, and you're trying to like pull on stuff that's not meant to be pulled on. This was fun. And this is also another thing, a microfiche and a old photo on top of a tag. It's just paper clipped together. Fabric. Like, I was just doing all the things. Doing all the things. Oh, look at this. So this is on the playlist too. So this is one of the bigger negatives, and you can take your punches and just punch through it, like the decorative punches. I thought that was pretty clever. And then I just took a page, folded it in half, made a pocket. This is also a negative back here. There's a lot of things you can do with negatives. And if you don't have any negatives, I got you. I have some on my website. I forgot how much. It's like $5 for 10 or 12. I don't remember. I'm not going to make stuff up, but I do have like a grab bag of negatives because they are fun to work with. And so there's the back side, and then we have that. So that is the first one that we finished. So all in all, it was 2 journals of nothing but vintage everything to make a junk journal. So exciting. So I have these 2. Yeah. So what are the comments? Index. Yeah, thank y'all. I need to look up at the comments when I'm struggling so bad. Button on a paper clip. Yeah, that's so easy. I think I did I do a video on that? I don't remember. So I'm not gonna make stuff up. I made some extra ones. I think it was my shank button video. So showing different ways that you can use shank buttons. And if you don't know what a shank button is, it is the button that has the pokey outy thing, the thing that sticks out. That is a shank button. This is another one. Now, this paper clip does not belong on there. So it happens when you throw all of your stuff into a big pile. But I just slid the button onto the paper clip. I'm just trying to take it off so I can kind of show you, right? But yeah, I did do a video on the shank buttons. So this one, I'll zoom in again. Okay. You can just take the shank part because it has a hole in it. And you just go down and go all the way around so it kind of rests on the inside of that loop. And then you can put it on. whatever you want. And again, you can slide this up if you wanted to, slide it over, you know, whatever you wanted to do, because you could actually slide this up to where it was on the outside. It'd probably work better if it was at the top like that, see? So yeah, shank buttons on a paper clip. So simple, like the most simple concept. Some of these things just pop into my head. I'm like, oh, look at that. It's like, I wonder if this works. Okay, back to comments. Absolutely love this junk journal so much. Thank you so much, Ange. You should link the playlist for the journals when you post the live. Oh, I should. I will absolutely do that. I love the first junk journal. The cover is beautiful with the picture on it, but the second junk journal is just as gorgeous and has way more space to write. It really does. And then y'all are trying to help me out with words. I love that purple vellum paper. Oh, I don't know what purple vellum paper. Oh, I bet it was on the back of that one thing. Oh, and you are so sweet. Thanks, Carol. I'm definitely getting some negatives from you. Yeah, they are really fun. Thanks, Amanda. And thank you. Look at y'all all clapping for me. Yeah, don't forget to like the video. And make sure you order banknotes. They are really cool. She has some. She's ordered some. They are really cool. I love using them. I love using all my stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I love doing this. It's just so much fun. And I love thinking outside the box. So, yeah. I don't know what is next. I don't think I'm going to do another challenge, so to speak, for May. One, we have family. Some of my kids are coming in the middle of May. My husband's having a big birthday retirement party in May. So I don't want to stress myself out unnecessarily because I do that well enough on my own. So I don't know. If y'all have any thoughts or ideas, or if there's something you want to learn, let me know. I do know that I think it was Ange who said she wanted some videos on how to use like the junk mail envelopes. So I will be doing a video. Here's two that I played with. I made, so this is one of the junk mail envelopes, and it was just a little side pocket with the little thing in it. What is that called? A tag. And here is another one with the little side pocket. These are just some I was playing around with. This is also a pocket made of lace. I just didn't put anything in it yet. So I can do a video on how to use junk mail envelopes. So that'll be coming probably this week. Tomorrow's video is really stepping up our signature game. So that's something that is new. But yeah, anyway, that is some of the things that are coming. But if there's other stuff that y'all would like to see, please leave me a comment and let me know. I love teaching. I love showing you stuff, and I love creating. So that is a win-win for me all the way around. But I am going to hop off of here and wish all of you a very, very, very good night. And I will see y'all in all the places. Bye.